This, oh man, it's cold out here. Let's put this back on. Get my glove liners out, my outside glove liners. Okay, so in my little comeback from my leg injury, everything's been going well. Of course, the only test I've been doing has been on Zwift, and of course, you're not dealing. Oops. I'm not dealing with anything like wind and gravity there. However, I've been laying down some watts. I mean, doing mainly steady in the high 2s, close to 3.0 on hour average, and jumping up past that during times in the ride. So my leg's been doing well. It's been and it seems to have healed with respect to that. But now this is going to be a major test. I'm not going to do anything major out here. I'm going to keep it endurance, and in fact, I'm not even going to do I'm not going to aim for a wattage. I'll go as I feel, and if everything's fine, that's good. This is the second day. The previous Zwift day I did was yesterday. That included the Legion ride, which was actually pretty cool. So it wasn't a controlled ride. It was more like a vegan cyclist 101-mile ride. Everybody just goes there, and then you form your own groups, and you do what you want to do. That was my second ride of the day, and so my legs were giving out a bit because the previous day I had done squats, and so that was starting to catch up to me. But that's a ride I'm going to look for in the future when I don't want to do a race, but I want to do an enhanced ride. Oh, and before I go, hey cycling community, this is Steve Grusis, the Cycling Greek. Vegan cyclist has trees and mountains where he is. Me, I got flatlands. Nothing but flatlands. Okay, it was pretty evident when I first started off, or a little after I first started off, that I needed to just do zone 1. Polarized zone 1. I still feel a little something in my leg. There's a difference, like I was saying, between Zwift and riding on the road. And I can feel that. So I'm just taking it easy. I had a relatively big day yesterday, but this is actually a different action today. So tomorrow I take off, and then on Friday, like I was saying, I'm going to go out again, but what I'm going to do is going to depend on how my leg feels. It may turn out to be that I have something structurally wrong where I need to go to a chiropractor. And I'm not going to a chiropractor now. I haven't been for quite a few months because of the COVID situation. It may be that I need to grin and bear it, but it may be that I have to make some other accommodations. A saving grace that I have is that USAC has sent out a notice that they are not going to allow any race permits until after March. Reason being that if they allowed it sooner, that there'd be a lot of cancellations because of the situation that we have. So I'm not looking for racing to start until after March. Actually, I'm not looking for racing to start until after, probably into May or so. So I have some time. It's 45 minutes later, and it's still pretty much flat out here. Interesting thing happened. When I took off, my leg felt a lot better. And as I think about it, I can remember a number of times when I have a hard time with starting off on a ride and we get to our first rest stop, just the act of stopping and resting for a couple minutes, not pedaling for a couple minutes, had a positive effect. Because when I got back on the bike, I felt a lot better. And my leg felt a lot better. Now I can still tell there's concerns there. I wasn't sucking as much as I was before that stop. I got maybe another 30 minutes before I get home. Okay. All right, so that was 30 miles in 2¼ hours. That was definitely zone 1. Leg felt better as the ride went on. Still have to be careful. So part of what I was doing was formulating what my workouts are going to be like during the X block. Definitely going to have sweet spot in there. But I need to get back to the upper intensity stuff with the Zwift racing. Now, the Zwift racing is not going to be in the ultra upper intensity category. It's going to be more threshold, sweet spot, kind of intermixed in there. with some upper intensity stuff that's going into zone 5. Not only try to get the sweet spot and the Zwift work in, but also keep in mind that I'm subject to AFib and that I can't have too many upper intensity stuff throughout the week. The Strava link for this ride is going to be on the description below. But, you know, zone 1, what are you going to see on that? All right, comment, like, subscribe. The Cycling Greek.